Despite the lodging of the notice of appeal by the Attorney General Peter Nyombi against the scrapping off of the anti-homosexuality law by the Constitutional Court, several attempts are ongoing to have the bill returned to the House. These as MPs pushing for the retabling and passing of the bill get boost as MP Charles Ayena signed for the petition. Ayena was reportedly among 5 legislators who supported the petition to annul the law. Ayena's change of heart follows pressure from his constituency, and we asked him why he is abandoning his colleagues.
It's the fact that they have lost their vision about the fact that whereas I do believe that there were laws in place which deal with some aspects of these matters, there are now wider dimensions which has now engulfed the society that needed to be dealt with in this law.
Ayena, like any other MP who wants to bounce back to Parliament in the next polls, tells me that the interests of the people were supreme and his tradition left him with no choice.
For instance, in my background, where I come from, in Lango, we have songs, traditional songs, which talk about homosexuality. But it is out of maybe, in those days, about 100,000 people of the Lango sub-region. You would hear maybe 1 in 10 years. And they are talked in whispers. But as far as we are concerned, we could ignore that minute number of people. But when other cultures now come with the money to make sure that it becomes an acceptable norm, we, the right-thinking members of society, must rise up to defend our society.
Ayena was part of the 5 MPs led by Budama West MP Folk Sudoy, who were convinced that the law was passed without quorum. He now holds a different view.
If somebody comes out and says, because of procedural inadequacies, there was a problem with it, we are going to say, well, we are still here. We shall go back and do it afresh. And this time, we shall make sure that the day the bill comes back to the House, the House is full to capacity, so that we tell the world, we tell the people that this is what the people of Uganda want.
He tells me that he will be part of the majority vote of Parliament that will take his former allies to task to explain why they are against the majority position of the House.
Those who went to court, the petitioners, are themselves intelligent people. Those of us who are lawyers in this House, we shall warn ourselves of their arguments as we pass this bill. If need be, we shall look at those provisions of the law which seems to suggest that we are veering off the rims of acceptable, departure.
He is also now challenging some of the arguments in the Constitutional Court petition, especially privacy and consent age.
I want to believe that it is the right of the right-thinking members of society to defend the weak ones in this society by putting in place a law that can protect them. And if that is also unconstitutional, to protect the weak, we want to hear that argument from the petitioners.
The government has started the appeal process aimed at overturning the unanimous verdict of the Constitutional Court that recently annulled the anti-homosexuality law. The appeal process began with Senior State Attorney Elisha Bafirawala lodging a notice of intention to appeal before the registry of the Constitutional Court, the very court that annulled the law. Timothy Sbasi, PS Television.